Hey, what's up guys, I'm LP and welcome back to the LP channel. If you're new here, karibu sana, and today, let's have a sit down. Whether in the market for a car or not, probably you've daydreamed about these cars, those luxury cars, those old German machines that you once thought you'd never be able to afford. Thanks to the magic of depreciation, you can afford them without breaking the bank. Well, don't do it. Don't do it. Repairs are expensive, and before you know it, you'll be quite acquainted with your local mechanic than your own significant other. But if you must, here are 7 luxury cars that you should stay away from the temptation of owning. And don't say I didn't warn you. And if you already own one of these cars, just prepare a spot for it when it eventually, yeah, you know, KO. First car on this list is infamous really with many car guys, and it's famously known as the E65 7 Series. This car was produced from 201 to 208 and is a very enticing luxury car, especially with the price at the moment, where you find the 208 models go for about 1.8 million to about 2 million Kenya shillings. And if you go for an older model, prices drastically go down. That back then when it was new, it was about 9 million Kenya shillings to about 11 million Kenya shillings before taxes. Though many owners of the car have complained of issues of the car having trouble shifting up a gear or down a gear, as well as destroying its head gaskets and leaking oil, random car fires, and the iDrive plus navigation system failing, all of which are quite costly repairs. The 01 to 08 BMW 7 Series might seem exciting, but unless you have money burning holes in your pocket, I suggest you steer away from this car. The next car is a favorite to many. I might seem harmless. After all, it's like the Toyota Camry or the Premium of Audis. Sadly, not anywhere reliable as those two cars. I'm specifically speaking about the 2009 to 2012 Audi A4. This model year was plagued with issues, ranging from oil leaks, from the camshaft tensioner, to faulty ignition coils and spark plugs. Consumer Reports even scored the 2009 Audi A4 a 1 out of 5 on the reliability index. And it doesn't get much better until the 2013 model year. If you're watching this and maybe you just grabbed one for yourself, juicy, well, sorry, but you just have to pambana na hali yako and hope that you got the good one out of the bad batch. The next car on this list is a personal favorite and also what I like about this car. It's stylish, it has a beautiful interior, and you get to own a piece of Italian design that you can go and brag on your friends. And we all know how that's big flex. And even I am a victim of the beauty of this car. I'm talking of the 2013 to present Maserati Ghibli. Even the older one still had issues, but the more tech, the more issues. But just look at this machine. I'll admit it, I fall prey to her beautiful curves and her Italian flair. So I'll go slap myself back to my senses off camera so that I can come back and finish this video.
Oh, what? Larry, what the hell are you doing?
Larry!
Larry, you can't just... Oh,
Larry! Oh, are you all right? How did...
Larry!
How enticing the looks are, it's like having a beautiful girlfriend, but that's the only good attribute she comes with. Issues ranged from fuel pump failure, wires shorting, fuel leaks, suspension failure, electronic failures, and the deferred maintenance sucks and costs a lot. So most owners just do what they can till the problems have friends that have problems. Then they put it up for sale for a throwaway price. You get the idea. In short, if you must buy this car, you better have some millions on reserve to spend on your high maintenance girlfriend. And I'm talking about the car, just to be clear. Remember, it's not her, it's you. And if you don't have those millions, you better buy it just as a packed trophy. Something that I would do or I would consider doing. At least you'd have a piece of that Italian spice on your garage. It's a beautiful car.
Just look at this thing. It is achingly pretty. Like Monica Bellucci with wheels.
Oh, slow down, hold on there.
Moving on to the next one. The next car on this list is the whole reason why I did this list in the first place. To remind me, as much as I love the character and the shape and the look of this car, it's just not healthy. And at the back of my head, I just know there's some lightning somewhere doing press-ups, just waiting to strike. I'm talking about the Jaguar XType. This car came about from the coalition between Ford Motor Company and Jaguar. And that reminds me of another coalition in my country that never seems to work. For you who don't know, the Jaguar XType was just a Ford Contour with a stuck-on Jaguar hood ornament. Jaguar was already unreliable, but this magic trick watered down the Jaguar brand further, to the point that Ford never tried the same trick again. The Jag had transmission issues, transfer case leakage, and some didn't just work as they were supposed to. Fortunately for the brand, the XType was a high-selling model of Jaguar for all the 9 years of its lifespan. Crazy, right? A car with so many issues still made best sales for 9 years. Where did we fail humanity? There's a lot of them out there, but there's no reason to get one unless you have a savings account for just service, or you own your own workshop and you're prepared to work on it. The next car on this list is the 4th generation S-Class W220. As it's known, will have you having a bittersweet kind of relationship with the brand. Furthermore, you'll end up knowing all the mechanics in your town on a first name basis. I won't lie, the car is quite luxurious and quite comfortable, but the tech inside is not so great because it breaks and fails a lot. Other things that fail on this car are the airmatic system, which fail, and when that happens, just hope that it's a blown fuse, because you'll be in for a treat if it's something different. The car drainage system ain't so good at doing its job, having the interior flooding even with light rain, especially on the side that houses fuses, causing you even bigger problems. With the ridiculous depreciation figures, it looks like a great steal, but just remember, it's cheap, so you can spend the rest of your money trying to keep it on the road. But as a wise man said, nothing is more expensive than a cheap Mercedes-Benz. That goes for all the German cars. For the 6th car on this list, steer clear from the 6, the BMW X6. And I'm not saying this just because Jeremy Clarkson, back when he was in Top Gear, gave it a bad reputation. But it really isn't good at what it's meant to be, and it will still break your bank.
Take long for those emissions to have an effect. Now you see, that really says a lot, doesn't it?
So what's wrong with the X6? The oil seals dry out and escape the engine, the transmission had major faults that would leave you stranded on the side of the road as the car decides it's not happy transporting you around anymore. You can say the 1st generation X6 took the baton from the 7 Series. Something to put the stamp of unreliability on this list, the number 7, is the Range Rover. The Range Rover Vogue is the big daddy and benchmark for many luxury SUVs. Don't get me wrong, it's an amazing car on tarmac and off-road when it still runs well, or fairly new from 0 to 6 years. And servicing is a breeze, because nothing major at that point, especially when it's still on warranty. I do have to chuck your own hard-earned money to pay for repairs. But let's put the badge and good looks aside and grab this Range Rover, or any Land Rover product really, by the horns. Because buying this car second or third hand is definitely financial suicide. Unless you're rich or financially capable of spending large amounts of money on your toys, then yeah, enjoy. However, the most common issues are air suspension failure, compressor burning out ever so frequently, components around the engine prone to fail, engine overheating issues, and over 30% of Range Rovers have major mechanical/electrical issues. So as much as you want the range and that status symbol, just remember, the same guys that make the Jaguar are the same guys who own Land Rover. So remember that lightning I was talking about doing press up some time back? It has a gym coach that's more jacked up and waiting to strike. So just don't say, I didn't tell you. Anyway, that's my list. If there's any car you think I've left out, tell me in the comments below. If you've come this far, leave me a like. It helps with the YouTube algorithm to sambaza my content to guys to see. And don't forget to share this video, because you never know, you may just help someone who's planning on buying one of these cars and getting themselves in a money pit. So thank you, and see you guys on the next one.